Hi everyone, I really hope your weekend's going well. Mine's just absolutely fabulous. Finished the collage journal #1 and now I'm on to #2. And #2 actually says something that lives in a forest, a scrap from a paper pad, a playing card either side or a portion of something postal, cursive writing. Now cursive writing is actually just joined up writing. It's what you learn as a kid at school. Bonus, something stapled. And now you can swap the bonus for anything that is in the 5 that you don't like. Now I'm not happy with the playing card, so I'm going to swap it with a staple. So I'm using my Tim Holtz staple there because they're beautiful little staples. It's really good. Now the paper pad, scrap from a paper pad. This actually allows me to get into my paper pads again. Most of them unused. Isn't that awful? From my days of hoarding, but I've gone beyond hoarding now. Now this is a really old, and I mean old, paper pad, and this is the one that I looked at first. That's why it's still here, because this is the one that had the chairs in there, which I was going to use for the last project I've just done. And they had chandeliers and also standard lamps, but what they have got in here is plain polka dot paper, and I do like the green one in here. Now I thought that would go well there for the forest background paper. Well, no, it's not background paper, it's actually a scrap from a paper pad. So I'm either going to use that, or I have another paper pad here, this one. And again, this is really old. This is K & Company, Brenda Walton, and I have lots of K & Company paper pads. I have used quite a few over the years, but it's quite thin now because I have used a lot from it. Now this one has actually lots of carte pastel, which I could use for my background, and that would actually be the postage thing. Or I actually have, see, I have used pieces. Oh, I've got, oh, there's a piece that I could use actually there, and that's the scrap. So I'll put that there. But the one I was looking at that I'd like to use is, where did I see it? Typical. Oh, here it is. It's the very, no, it's not the very first page. Where is it? Now I know they've got one here that I looked at. There's another scrap there that I could be using. Oh, there it is. Now I could be using that and take a scrap from that, because that's actually joined up writing as well, and it's postage. So there's another one that could actually fill the bill. But I quite like this paper pad as well. Now again, this is K & Company. As I said, I used to use a lot of theirs, but the one I like on here, there's 2 in here again. This you can have for your cursive writing here, which is all joined up and it's beautiful. And I do like the edge to this one as well, so I could just rip a scrap from there. But there was another one I quite liked as well here that I thought was really pretty. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Now I quite like that, to take a scrap from that, because the colours would match all that I'm using. So I have choices upon choices with the scrap pad, a scrap from a paper pad, but something postal. Now this is it's from a trying to think of where I got it from. It was Chapter 1 papers in one of their boxes, and it's a embossing folder. I do know that because I have the embossing folder as well, but that one's nice. I could use that, or I have another bit I can use for the cursive writing, because this is a stamp and it's joined up writing, which is lovely. Or this is for the something postal, lots of things. Or I have this. Now I made this a while ago. Now this again could serve two of the portions of what we're doing. This is actually the carte postal, and that's my joined up writing there. So I could use this. This is like a postcard here, and the postcard actually has joined up writing on it as well. But there's my joined up writing, so I could use that. I also have a owl stamp. I could use that. This is going to be my background. I love that paper there. And what I thought of, I drew a line here, because what I thought I might do is actually have this on there, this over the top, and make a window, a door window that opens, and it opens onto that. So there's a possibility. And I also have lots of fussy cut mushrooms here. I have a whole page here as well that I was going to fussy cut. This was when we went on holiday last year, and I sat in the motorhome cutting all these out, ready to put in an autumn journal. Surprise, surprise, which didn't get finished. But I do love these red ones. Funny enough, I haven't got any real red ones here, but I do love these red ones here. So I might sit and fussy cut those out, and then pop back to you when I've decided on the composition again of how I want to do my collage work number 2. Page finished. It's probably not all the things which I showed you, but I'm very happy with it. The collaging, I think, gels quite nicely. I've got lots of white space this time round. I didn't go right to the edges, and what I did with the postal on the prompts was a Tim Holtz stamp, which I did directly onto the page, and then before I did it, I stamped it. I used, no, I didn't use crushed olive. I did this one, VersaFine Claire, and that's Verdant, and then Vintage Sepia. So the Verdant was stamped all over, and then I just tipped the edges with the Vintage Sepia, and that's how it turned out there. For the, and then I did the same with this one, but this one, as you can see, hold on, I'll just throw everything off. This one, as you can see, it's stamping over 2 pieces of paper, which, well, no, only one, this one, and then onto the page there, and it gives you a little lip. So that's why that was darker there and lighter there. But I'm not unhappy with that. I like that. I stamped the owl directly onto the piece of what was that scrap paper. Yeah, I stamped it directly on there, but it didn't stamp very well, and that's the awful thing if you're a stamper, to actually do it directly onto the paper, and that's your main thing, and it doesn't stamp very well. Yuck. But then I stamped it onto copy paper, and I stamped it twice, and then I cut out and decoupaged it over the image that wasn't very good. But funny enough, when I did the next stamping of number 2, that one stamped perfectly. So no rhyme nor reason why it didn't stamp the first time round. But you can always get yourself out of a mess by stamping onto copy paper and then decoupaging over. I have lots of bits left here which I've tested the stamping, and when I did my classes I used to say always have copy paper beside you if you're unsure of the stamp, if it's a new one, or if you're unsure of the pressure that you're applying with your hands. If you're unsure of that, always stamp onto some copy paper, and then when you're happy with how it looks, go directly where you want to stamp it. These aren't wasted because I'm going to cut those out and they'll be decoupaged onto somewhere in my junk journals, but especially this one as well. I like that one. And then I went with the Tim Holtz post box here. I like that, so I went with that and stamped it again directly onto the piece of scrap paper. But this one I wasn't happy with, so I tried it again, which is this one, and I thought this one looked better. I could see the letterbox better, so but again, that won't be wasted. I'm going to use that, and I wasn't sure what colour to stamp the number, so I stamped it that colour, and then I didn't like it actually, so I just stamped again with the vintage sepia. And as I said, I went with the mushrooms. The mushrooms are beautiful, I like those. And the other stamp that I used was the joined up writing, which is there. I did some there and some there, not very much actually, but this is definitely going to be a challenge for me because you don't know how much I want to hone into my arty side, and I want to colour, I want to distress, I want to paint, I want to flick paint onto it, but that has to be finished now because this is what this is. You're getting 5 prompts, and I have used the 5 prompts and it doesn't say anything about colouring and flicking and putting paint on there and distressing and shading. That's another thing I want to do because I love that, but I want to shade it a bit more as well. So sitting on my hands with this is going to be my challenge, but very, very happy with the way it looks, and I hope you like it as well. So that's the second one. On to the third now. So I'll be back. I'm probably going to sit and finish it today because I'm loving it so much. So I'll be back soon with the next video. Oh, I didn't mention the staples actually there. That was the staples instead of whatever you wanted to, I can't remember what it was for. Oh, the playing card. I didn't want to use the playing card or a portion, and it says bonus something stapled. So that's what I did. I stapled and stapled bits of the backing paper back onto themselves. As I said, that's it finished now. On to the third one. And I can't wait to see what I do with that one myself either. It's a long time since I've been doing collaging like this, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I hope you enjoy this as well. Okay girls, thanks, bye.